Very good morning, Zimbabwe. Mamuka say, Mamuka say, Mamuka say. So let us take a look on what Xavier Kasukuwere is saying here. He says the presidential ballot papers cannot be legally or legitimately printed without strict and peremptory compliance with Section 107 as read together with Section 108 of the Electoral Act. The aforementioned provision, in particular, Section 107, contemplates the withdrawal of a presidential candidate willingly. It also contemplates a removal of a candidate by death. The framers of the Electoral Act never contemplated the removal of a candidate by the medium of disqualification by virtue of Section 23(3) of the Electoral Act. If thus have been removed from the presidential list, Section 108 must kick in, and by operation of Section 158 of the Act, ED must do a further proclamation published in the Gazette per Section 38(4) of the Act, announcing the sitting of the new nomination court. So, when is the nomination court sitting? So, when is the proclamation going to be made? It's catch 22. This election will never be held without us. Indeed, the law is in us. Asambeni sibone, asifuni amagwala. This is what Xavier Kasukuwere is saying. So we have seen the High Court nullifying the candidature of Xavier Kasukuwere. He appealed to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court upheld the High Court ruling. So, honestly speaking, this is so wrong to remove somebody from contesting unconstitutionally. Why? This gives a problem, a tragedy of constitutional crisis. We now have a constitutional crisis. We now have an electoral crisis right now. So we wanted to go to these elections with each and every candidate willing to do so. We wanted to have a situation where every candidate is defeated because of its own weaknesses, not because of what the courts say. We wanted every candidate to not to blame other people, because if you go to this election without Xavier Kasukuwere, what is going to happen is that you say, I had popularity. You say I was going to win this election, but I was denied that chance. How are you going to explain to the people that he was not popular? How are you going to explain to the people that he was not going to win this election? So the outcome of this election will be challenged and can be challenged. What will happen is that this election will be discredited. This is what ZANU-PF is trying to bring here. ZANU-PF is trying to bring a very shambolic election which can be disputed not by the CCC but by other parties aligned to ZANU-PF itself. Why? It's because Emmerson Mnangagwa knows very well that he's not going to win this election. So if he is not going to win this election, who is going to win this election? It's Nelson Chamisa. Who is going to be challenged? It's Nelson Chamisa. But this time around, we are not going to let them dilly-dally with our future. We are not going to let them play with our future because we have numbers. We are going to vote in our numbers. We are going to vote in our millions. Vote for change, defend change. Remember, we just added 1 million onto the voters' roll. And more than 70% of the people who were added onto the voters' roll, they support President Nelson Chamisa. President Nelson Chamisa's numbers will never decline, but they will go up. So from 2 million he got in the 2018 elections, if you add 1 million, it's 3 million. Then, if you take a look on the people who said, give ED a chance, there are quite a number of those people who said, give ED a chance. They regretted that position a very long time ago. So what it means is those people are going to vote for Advocate Nelson Chamisa. So our targets are real. We target to win this election. So by estimation, Nelson Chamisa is supposed to get around 73% of the vote. But because of some challenges during this election, we project his victory at 57 to 58%. So we have put in place some factors, kunenge kuchitwa intimidation, kunenge zvichitadza kufamba zvakanaka, and so forth, because you can't be 100% correct. That is the reason why we have put the final projection at 57 to 58%. But what is our target? Our target is 73%. Because Emmerson Mnangagwa is unelectable. Nobody believes in that man. Pasina kumanikidzirana, pasina kurovana, pasina kuvhundudzirana. That man will not get even 10% of the vote. That is the reason why they are fighting Kasukuwere, because they know that he will take a lot of votes from themselves. But they want to force Zimbabwe to go into a crisis which will create chaos and more chaos. So Team Zimbabwe, we are saying, remain vigilant, remain committed to the struggle, continue to fight for change, continue to stand for what you believe in. You believe in Advocate Nelson Chamisa, stand with Advocate Nelson Chamisa. You believe in change, stand with change. So this is what Kasukuwere says. We believe that he was not supposed to be removed from the ballot because we wanted to beat Emmerson Mnangagwa, Xavier Kasukuwere, and the others. But now, these people are thinking otherwise. So let us remain committed. Let us remain resolute. We will see what Xavier Kasukuwere do next, because he promises to say no election without him. So we are going to watch and see what is going to happen next. This is it, Team Zimbabwe. Let us meet in other episodes in the broadcast.